Good evening everyone. In this particular video, we will be discussing how to define a member function outside the class. So in our previous two videos, we have seen how to define a class and how to write a program by making use of the classes and objects, and we have seen the syntax for the class, syntax for the object, and in our previous video we have also seen how to declare multiple objects for a single class and how to call the member functions repeatedly by making use of the different objects of the class. In this particular video, we will be discussing how exactly to define the member function outside the class. So the member functions can be defined in two different ways. One is inside the class and the second thing is outside the class. Okay. Previously, whatever the programs we have written in the past two videos, whatever the programs we have discussed, in those programs we will be defining the member function inside the class. In this particular video, we will be discussing how to write a member function outside the class, or else how to define a member function outside the class. So there is a 1 mark question as well as a 5 mark question in this thing. That is, what is the use of scope resolution operator and how to define a member function outside the class. Okay. Now, for defining the member function outside the class, we will be making use of an operator that is called as the scope resolution operator. Scope resolution operator will be used to define the member function outside the class. This is the symbol of the scope resolution operator. So, by making use of the scope resolution operator, we will be defining the member function outside the class. Now, let us see the syntax for defining the member function outside the class. The first thing is the return type. Firstly, you have to specify the return type. Usually, you will be using the void. In case if you are returning any value, at that time the return type will be int, float, something like that. So, firstly you have to specify the return type followed by the class name. And then you need to make use of the scope resolution operator followed by the function name. Okay, this is how exactly we are defining the member function outside the class. Whenever you are defining the member function outside the class, we will be making use of the operator that is called as the scope resolution operator. Scope resolution operator is used to define the member function outside the class. The next thing is you have to follow this particular syntax. That is, firstly you need to make use of the return type followed by the class name followed by the scope resolution operator followed by the function name. This is the syntax for defining the member function outside the class. Okay. Now let me write a program and illustrate you how exactly to write a program that defines the member function outside the class. Okay. Here what happens is, within the class you have to declare the function. You have to just declare the function, but you have to define the function outside the class. Now let me write the program and explain you how exactly to write the program. Okay, I will just write a simple program that will add two numbers by making use of the scope resolution operator. Okay, first thing is hash include IO stream .h, and then you need to make use of funIO.h. Okay. And let us define the class. I will define the class as add. The name of the class is add. Okay. So you know the syntax. Whenever you want to define a class, the syntax will be class followed by the class name. Class is the keyword and add is the class name. You can have any user defined name. Again, you have to go for the private. So within the private, you have to declare the variables. These variables are also called as the data members. Okay, I will declare three variables a, b and then sum. Okay, now I have declared the variables. Next I have to go for the public part. So far whatever the program we have written, that will be same for inside the class as well as outside the class. Whereas in the outside the class definition, what I have to do is I have to just declare the function, but I should not define the function. So what I have to do is, I also told you I will be making use of three different functions. One is for input, one is for processing and another is for the output. So the first function will be input. Okay, since it is a function, I have to write like this. Once after you declare the function, make use of the semicolon. Okay, this is called as the function declaration. You have to just declare the function inside the class and you have to define the function outside the class. Okay, next, the next thing after input, it is for calculation. So I will declare another function that is called as void calculate. Okay, once after you declare the function, make use of the semicolon. Next again, for output, I will declare another function void output, or else you can write any user defined name. Okay, now I have created a class with the name add and I have declared the variables. In the public, I have just declared the function names. Once after you do this, close the class. Okay, now the class part is over. Next what I have to do is, I have to define these member functions outside the class. Now we have to follow this particular syntax. Okay, first let me define the first function that is called as input. Now coming to this particular function, the first syntax, in the syntax you can see the syntax over here. The first thing is return type. The return type of this particular function is void. So I will write it as void. The next thing is the class name. The name of the class is add. So I have to write add over here. Okay, next what I have to do? I have to make use of the scope resolution operator. Next I have to make use of the function name that is called as input. Function name is input. Okay, next here I have to define the function. So input in the sense you are fetching the values from the user. So cout enter two numbers. Okay, so I have to read the input values. The input variables are a and b. So I will read the values a and then b. Now the input function is over. I have to close this. Next, I have to define the next function that is called as calculate. Again follow the same procedure. The return type of this particular function is void. Next, the class name. Class name is add. And then I need to make use of the scope resolution operator. Then the function name. Function name is calculate. You have to remember, you should not make use of the semicolon over here. Okay, in the calculation part, what I will do? I have to add these two numbers. So I will perform the processing, that is sum is equal to a plus b. Okay, the processing part is over. So I will close this particular function. Next, I have to define the third function that is called as the output function. Again, follow the same procedure, follow the same syntax. That is the return type. Return type of this particular function is void. The next thing is the class name. Class name is add. Next, scope resolution operator. And then the function name. Function name is output. Okay. Next, in the output function, I have to display the result. The result will be stored in the variable that is called as sum. So I will display the output cout the sum is equal to sum. Okay. Now the three function is being defined outside the class. Next, what I have to do, I have to call these functions. So I have to define the object. So again, go for the main function, void main. Okay, inside the void main, I want to create the object. So the object can be created by making use of the syntax, that is class name followed by the object name. Now I will make use of the class name followed by object name. So object name can also be any user defined name. So for just for change, I will declare the object name as T, because everyone will be thinking only A1 should be used, something like that. So you can give the object any name you want, okay, but it should not be the variable name. Okay, next I have declared the object. Next, what I have to do, I have to call the function. So for calling the function, you need to make use of the dot operator, that is the object name followed by the dot operator followed by the function name. So the object name is T followed by the dot operator. I want to call the input function, so T dot input. Next, I want to call the calculate function. Again, T is the object name followed by the dot operator followed by calculate. Next, again, I want to call the output function, T dot output. Okay, once after that, get ch and then close. So this is how exactly to define the member function outside the class. So you have to remember one thing, that is whenever the first thing is you can define the member function inside the class as well as the outside the class. So whatever the programs that is been written previously, whatever the programs we have discussed in the previous two videos, in that you will be defining the member function inside the class. Whereas here I am defining the member function outside the class. This is the end of the class. I am defining it outside the class. For defining the member function outside the class, I need to make use of the scope resolution operator. So for defining the member function, you need to follow this particular syntax, that is return type followed by the class name followed by the scope resolution operator and the function name. Remaining remains the same. Whatever the functionalities you are writing in the previous program, the same functionalities, but it needs to be written outside the class. Okay, so I have created a class with the name add, and then I have declared three variables, a, b, and then sum. So I have declared three functions. One is for input, another thing is for processing, and another thing is for output. Only I have declared it, and then I am closing the class. Once after you close the class, you have to define this member function. For defining the member function, you have to use this particular syntax, that is return type followed by the class name followed by scope resolution operator followed by the function name. So firstly we will define the function that is called as input. So return type, it is void, class name, it is add, and then scope resolution operator, and then the function name that is called as input. You should not make use of semicolon over here. That's the thing you have to remember. Next, input function, I am defining it. That is, I am reading the values. Okay, C out, enter the two numbers. C in, A and B, I am reading the two values. Next, this part is over, input is over. Next, I have to go for the next function. I have to define it outside the class. The function name is calculate. So, the return type is void. The class name is add, scope resolution operator, and then the function name is calculate. Okay. Next, in this what I have to do? I have to process. So I have to find the sum of two numbers. So what I am doing is, I am adding both the input variables A and B, and I am storing it in the another variable that is called as sum. So the sum will be the output variable. The result will be stored in this thing. Next, I want to define another one function that is called as output. Again, the same syntax needs to be followed. The return type that is called as void. Next, the class name that is called as add. Next, scope resolution operator followed by the function name. Okay. Next, in the output function, what I am doing is I am displaying the result. So I am writing the one cout statement, that is cout the sum is equal to sum. Now all the three functions have been defined. Next what I have to do, I have to call these three functions. For that what I am doing is I am creating an object for the class add. So add followed by the object that is called as t. T is the object name over here. Next, by making use of this particular object, I am calling all these functions, that is t dot input, t dot calculate, and then t dot output. Okay. Next, I am closing the main function. Now let us see how exactly this particular function gets executed. Now when the program executes, what happens is it will go for the main function. Here I am creating the object for the class add. Okay. Now t dot, by making use of this object that is called as t, I am calling the function that is called as input. So t dot input will be called. So what happens? It will go over here and then it will go for the function definition. So in the function definition, you have this particular thing, that is you will get this particular statement on your screen, that is enter two numbers. So I will enter the numbers as 10 and 20. So 10 gets stored in A and 20 gets stored in B. Now the value of A is 10 and the value of B is 20. Next what happens? You are calling the next function that is called as t dot calculate. So what happens? This function will be called and the function definition is over here. So inside this function or definition, you have only one statement, that is sum is equal to A plus B. So sum is equal to A plus B. So the value of A is 10 and the value of B is 20. So 10 plus 20, it is nothing but 30. Now the value for the variable sum, it is nothing but 30. Next what happens? I am calling the third function, that is called as the output. So what happens? The function gets called over here and you have the function definition over here. Inside the function definition, you have the sum is equal to sum. So you will get the output like this. The sum is equal to sum. Inside the variable sum, you have stored the value that is called as 30. So it will display the sum is equal to 30. So this is how exactly you are defining the member function outside the class by making use of the scope resolution operator. The thing you have to remember is you can define the member function inside the class as well as outside the class. For defining the member function outside the class, you will be making use of the scope resolution operator. Okay. So whenever you are defining the member function outside the class, inside the class you have to just declare the function. Okay. Outside the class you have to define it. And I have told you the syntax for defining the member function outside the class. By following the same procedure, you have to write the two programs. One is to find the area of rectangle and to find the area of triangle. You have to define both the member functions. In both the programs, you have to define the member function outside the class. Okay, so this is the topic. In our next classes or else in our next video, we will discuss few more programs based on this concept, as well as we will discuss regarding another concept that is called as the array of objects. Thank you everyone.